Hi, it's Love From Made by Marley. Today I'm going to be turning some junk into some beautiful sort of kind of display things, decor. I can't think of what else to describe decor items. So I have an old candlestick which I got at a car boot sale. I have this which came off a lamp that I had. The lamp broke, so I took it apart. I stripped the wire out of it and then I glued it back together. So this is this. And I have two of these. They're different. This one's got a kind of bird on the top and this one's black. Now, I saw these things when I was on Amazon and they wanted, I think it was £30 for blew my mind. It was just a wooden sort of frame candlestick thing and it had these sorts of things on top. So my intention today is to get the two and marry them together like that. So I'm going to put the camera down in a minute so you've got a better idea. My intention is, because this one is pretty grotty and to be fair they both need a right good clean. But my intention is to get some white chalk paint and whiten this one up. Not too much, but a little bit. And my intention with the black one is to paint it looking like it's got rusty. And the rusty one is going to go on this base, which I'm either going to stain dark or I'm going to paint white. If it doesn't, I don't really know what's on it, and if it doesn't take the stain, then I'll do it white. And this one here is going to be painted white. So one should maybe be brown, one should maybe be white, and they're going to sit on the top here. And I saw them, and they wanted this stupid amount of money for them, and I thought, do you know what, you could make those. And these, both of these, I bought in charity shops on different days and in different charity shops, but I bought them. They were in my stash, which I keep over in the stable of loads of things that I think I'm going to turn into things. Until the time comes, they usually sit there until I have a bit of inspiration. But when I saw those things on Amazon, I thought, that's crazy money. I thought I could make those with these, so I went looking for them. This one's got a kind of hanger on it and bits of twigs. I'm probably going to take this wire piece off because it's not going to be hanging anymore. So I'll do that. So I'll put the camera down and you can have a look at them as they are. So hopefully this is how they're going to look when they've got their bases on them. Now this white one is going to just have a bit more of a white, or kind of just a little bit more of a white and less of a sort of dirty cream. This one I'm going to paint rusty. This base, hopefully I can stain dark brown, but if it doesn't stain, it's going to be white. This base is going to be white, and I'm going to glue them both onto the lamp base and the candlestick with a 2-part epoxy resin. Ignore what's going on in the background, that's work to be done that I still haven't done, which I should be doing. But so there they are. That's how they're going to look. And as I said, they were £38, £40, something like that. They weren't cheap on Amazon, and I couldn't quite believe it because I thought there's nothing to this. I'm slightly concerned of this one here, that my base, that it might be, but it doesn't feel rocky, so maybe it's wide enough. If I don't put anything too situated on either side, these are for me, so they're not for resale, so I can make it work. But anyway, I'm going to start by painting this one white and the candlestick white, and then we'll get onto the rusty finish. So I'm going to move the camera back on the tripod and we will crack on. So here's the two items that are going to be painted white. I'm going to be using, as per usual, Rust-Oleum white chalk paint. I am just going to give it a wipe down. There we go. And I'm going to start with this. So I'm not going to be doing anything crazy and fancy with them. I'm just going to paint them. I'm looking for my big chalk paint brush. It must be through in my other studio. Yes, I do have two. This is my filming one. This is a bit crispy, this brush. I think it might just, we'll see how it goes. So I think what they've done is they've kind of sprayed it a sort of goldy colour. This brush isn't going to work. I'm going to pause the camera and go and get a proper brush. I'm back. Found my brush. It was in my other studio where I keep all my paint. I just keep the kind of bare minimum of paint here, so I'm just giving it a kind of just a kind of freshen up really. It's the kind of goldy sort of colour that I kind of object to. I like gold, but it's not what I'm looking for. So I'm gonna just flick that open, and I'm just gonna round inside. So I'm gonna do the rest of this off camera because I'm sure you don't want to see me paint something. It's a very dull situation to be faced with. I'm just kind of like, I'm just liberally doing it. I'm not like, you know, spending like hours making sure that every rung is painted. It's just a freshen up I'm giving it, and it's just a quick freshen up. And I don't mind some of the dark stuff still being there, but it's the too gold, and I don't really like the colour of the gold. So I'm going to do this, and I'll put the camera off, and once I've done it, I'll come back. Okay, so ignore the mess I'm about to create. What I've done here on this scrap piece of paper is I have put a dollop of dark brown, a dollop of orangey brown, some of a kind of mustardy coloured, and this is already black. So normally I would use black if I was going to do a rusty sort of paint finish, but it's already black. I'm going to start with the base. So what you need to do is start putting on the colour. Now, and some dark as well. Although it's black underneath, I'm still going to need to put some black on it. So I'm just going to get my black down. I think this one has just about bitten dust. There might be enough. Oh, behind the candlesticks. So and a little bit of black through that too, and then a little bit of mustard. I'm chewing this, sweetie. And a little bit more of this orange. It's this orangey sort of brown that will make it look like it's aged. Now you want to be doing the base as well, because if you happen to sit lower than the piece, now it's all about working it in, so don't worry if you put too much one colour in, just work it round again. And then you need more of this orange. This is quite an awkward thing to actually paint. Now you've got to remember your spars of the side of the cage, so do them too. Now I've kind of started to show you what to do. I'm going to lock this because it'll be easier to do. You just need to just keep dipping the colours in and think about what, you know, like you wouldn't have every bit bar painted. Remember, use the black that's underneath as a kind of guide. And rust forms kind of like in sort of patches, so some of it, if it's too orange, put some more black over the top of it like that. You don't want it too orangey. And then think about how it would rust the bars. It wouldn't all be on, and some wouldn't be rusty. Now, once I've done this, I'm going to open it up and I'm going to do the bottom. And when I'm finished, doing it really quickly just for the sake of doing it on camera, but you're going to take your time and do a much better job than I've done. Just rattle it on some of those inside. I need some more of this orangey colour. It's really thick, this orange paint. It doesn't pour like all the rest, so I have to kind of like, so I'm just doing the inside of here, making this look rusty. What I'm going to do is, while it's still drying, I'm going to put some cinnamon on it. That'll just give it some texture and it'll just glue on it. See if I can try and get this off. I think there we go. Cinnamon on here. That's quite a lot. There. Now, I think that's probably enough there. Let's try to see if I can kind of get a sort of orangey colour. You know how some of the really, really reddy rust is really orangey? I'll see if putting a little bit of red on here might mix us up an orange. And it's more of a pink. Try and get some brown through it. Yeah, now I don't want to pick it up really, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop the camera, bring the camera down and show you. And then I'm going to let this dry completely, and that is your rusty finish on that. And when this is completely dry, I'm going to spray seal it to keep all that sort of texture with the cinnamon and everything on it, just to keep it all stuck to it. If you don't have any cinnamon, I quite often use just some plaster of Paris. It really thickens up pieces as well. So I'll stop the camera and I'll be back. Okay, so I'm giving you a close-up look of the finish of what I've done so that you can see that it really does look like it's rusty. And it's really easy to do. It looks like it's rusted. Now the rusty one is going on the brown one, and the white one, I might change them because maybe the white would look better and the rusty one, and we'll see once this is dry. I can't touch it right now because it is wet, but as you can see, I'm just giving you a close-up of the top, and I think you'll agree it looks like it's rusty. There we are. So they're both dry, and here's the, ignore my cuppa, I'm having a cup of tea, coffee. There's the white one which I've touched up, and it looks nice now. It's got just the right amount of dark looking on it, but it's not got that gold colour on it. And there's the candlestick there. So these are all dry, and what I did with the candlestick is I only kind of painted it. I left all that grime and dirt in it because I like all that. So we'll put these all back together once they're dry. Here we are. I just wanted you to have a right good close up at the piece I've made look rusty, and it really does look like it's got rust on it. This is the white one, and I got rid of the gold that they'd put on it, and I just kind of dirtied it up in some places and painted it in others. This is the candlestick that it's going to go on, and I've only kind of distressed it with the white. And here, if I can hold the camera straight, here's the lamp base, which I've managed to make dark. Now the dark one is going to have the rusty finish, and the white one's going to have the white. Now I'm going to stop the camera while we put all this together. So this is how I'm going to put it together so that I can get it even. I'm going to turn it upside down. I've got the glue I'm going to be using is called Howden's Mitre Bond. It's a 2-stage epoxy resin. I call it Cammy's glue because a guy called Cammy gave me it, and he told me all these stories about how people had got, it was so strong, people had got stuck to things. So I always use it with respect, this glue. So, but it is a really strong glue. So, and because this is a flat surface and we're gluing this kind of smaller piece on, I think this is probably the best glue for the job. So what I need to do is I need to open the, I bet you I can't get it open. Hi, I'll be back in a minute. Got it open. I'm not a weakling, but it's really, it gets quite stuck. Now, I need an old brush to apply this. So you put this sticky, slimy stuff on here, and I'm going to put it on the base of here. Plenty of it because I want it to stick. Now, then what you do is, and then this on top of here. Now the trick with this is a little bit of pressure, and then you leave well enough alone, and then it sets rock solid. I've fixed a gearbox in a car with this. It was just a temporary fix. I just didn't go and get the car looked at, but it was the only glue that we knew would work. Now the same goes for this one. Now when I flip this one over, I wanted it to have this surface to adhere to. I didn't want to put paint on it. So what I'm going to do is, once I've got this one glued on, is I'm just going to paint the base around it. So it's the same deal of this. Now it's only really going to be the outer bit because it's concave. Or is it? I don't know. It's only the edges, that's all I'm telling you. Put that around there like that. Now I've used much more than I normally would, but I want this to stay put. I do not want it to go anywhere. Where did I do with the lid? Because the two glues can't, it's like every 2-part epoxy, you don't want them meeting, so. And then flip it over, and once you get it into position, don't touch it again, just put a bit of force in it. I don't know if you can get this glue in other countries. This is the glue I use, and it is really incredibly strong. I wouldn't want to test the theory of having it stuck anywhere near my hands. I'm very respectful of that glue. So we'll set that over there because we don't need the glue now. I'm just going to get the white paint and just touch up this bottom bit here, because just in case somebody's looking underneath, I just need a small brush. I don't know what's with me today. I keep finding small brushes instead of using bigger ones. I'm painting it on quite roughly because I want it to go with the look. So that's had its touch up. The thing has been stuck on it. I'm just going to turn the camera off and give it a good 5-10 minutes just to make sure that it's set, and then what I think I'll do is I'll just say that's the end of the video now, and then I'll do some staging videos with it. So I'm Lel. My company's called Made by Marley. We make craft blanks, but this has got nothing to do with craft blanks. This is just a cool make your own farmhouse vintage style cool decor out of rubbish that was lying about, basically. And these that was going in the light base was going in the bin. This was rolling about in the bottom of the shed, and these I got from charity shops. So you know, we may as well make them into something pretty. So I'll flip one over while you're actually I'll just flip the other one over. I just have to make sure the glue is completely set, and I'll stop the camera and I'll give you a quick look, and then we'll do some. There we have it. There they are, all glued back up together. Ignore all my desk stuff behind you. They are projects that need to be done. That's the bottom, and this is the rusty one, which I think has turned out lovely. And this is the one with the little bird on. And now I'm going to go and stage them somewhere pretty. Thank you, and if you like this, please share, and please subscribe. So here they are, all staged out and looking pretty. I'll give you a close-up of the rusty one with the little rabbit in, and this is the one with the little bird. So there we have it for today. Thank you.